I got hit music. Yeah.
Max hits. Yeah.
Good morning, Nigeria. First, to the thousands of Wake Up Nigeria fans, to the millions watching at home, and to the young guy at home just wondering, what are we making for breakfast this morning? You're welcome to Wake Up Nigeria, your go-to breakfast show that's here to fuel your day with all the latest news, inspiring stories, hot trends, plenty of good vibes. You know the show now. You know what it feels like when Edgar's on the show. Good vibes. Don't worry, all the ladies are coming. It's gonna be an amazing show. Just sit down, relax, and get ready because this is Wake Up Nigeria. It's Wednesday, and I don't know why I feel like Wednesday should be the perfect day for weddings. Think about it. Wednesday, like it's meant to just be for weddings. Why do you always have weddings on Saturdays? You get what I'm saying? It should be Wednesdays for weddings. That's the first thing I would do if I would ever like the president. I would just make sure that Wednesdays are for weddings. All right, so please grab your breakfast, turn up the volume and let's make this an amazing day together, all right? You can always use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria to share how your day is going. Tell us what you think about your week so far. Tell us the best moments, the terrible or not so good moments. Share it with us. We'd like to know, all right? We'd like to know. Again, we are live on all social media platforms. You can also visit the website www.tvcentertainment.tv, GOTV channel 16, UHF 49, or any of our streaming platforms. As a matter of fact, you can also download the app on your Google Play Store or your iOS device, whatever that you use, and you can follow. Now, this is very important as well. We want you to go on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. TVC Entertainment, just go on YouTube, TVC Entertainment, and make sure that you go on the live feature and share the video as well. Tell your friends to follow, take their phones and subscribe as well. Tell your friends, your family, tell everybody about the show, all right? Remember, it is Wake Up Nigeria, and this is the show to witness every single morning. We have this from 7 to 9. Make sure you're always tuning in every single time. All right, now let's see what we have in store for you guys today. Okay, now we have an amazing chef in the kitchen. She is already getting ready, putting things out. We have Chef Chubi. Chubi will be whipping up, the perfect midweek breakfast that is sure to light up your day. We cannot wait for that one. I am hungry already. And guess what? I am in the kitchen with Chubi today. I am in the kitchen. All right, now setting the mood for an upbeat musical experience is Romane. Now, he is a singer, songwriter, poet, and a record producer. We cannot wait to enjoy his music and his style of sound. I am excited for that one as well. All right, joining us for wellness is Obi Olomanadi. Now, she'll be discussing the topic, manning up. Woo! We're going to be talking about man's emotional health. I was just having a discussion with her some minutes ago. We cannot wait to dive into that topic and talk about manning up. What does it really mean to man up? And that's not all. We will be celebrating you and your loved ones with some joyful birthday cheers and birthday shout-outs on the show. We cannot wait to wish everyone a happy birthday! All right, for those of you that were here last week, remember that we had an amazing experience with a physical therapist. Now we're going to be having another experience, another edition with the physical therapist and model. We have Dr. Mapti Jokumba. Now she'll be discussing aging and dressing well. Wow, dress the way you want to be addressed. Okay, I don't know if that works in this situation, but then, you know, I think what is important is just dressing and appearing well. All right, for our final guest, we'll be having a multiple award-winning filmmaker, prolific writer, producer, director, Best Okodua. We cannot wait to have that beautiful interview and know what is happening with him so far in his journey and his life so far. I cannot wait to discuss with this young man. Wow. All right. It's gonna be an amazing show. I can tell already, from food to music to drama, you know, to great conversations, to birthday shout-outs. We're going to have everything in store for you guys, so please do not go anywhere. Stay still. We'll be right back after this short break. All right, it's Wake Up Nigeria. Let's go. Hey.
It is the 11th day in the month of June 2025. You're welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. We bring to you the news updates. My name is Ime Okwache. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has renamed the International Conference Center Abuja after President Bola Tinubu. Speaking at the inauguration of the structure by the President in Abuja, Mr. Wike said the Bola Tinubu International Conference Center is a world-class structure requiring constant maintenance, and that anybody using the premises must be made to pay irrespective of his or her status in the society. At the inaugurated, rehabilitated and refurbished International Conference Center, President Tinubu urged the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, not to be distracted by busybodies and naysayers, but to focus on his mandate to transform the nation's capital. He says that his administration was aware that modern infrastructure remains the backbone of economic prosperity. President Bola Tinubu departed Lagos State earlier yesterday for Abuja. He's been in Lagos since the 27th of May for the ECOWAS 50th anniversary.
The International Conference Center is part of our country's larger vision to become a hub for regional diplomacy, continental trade discussions, global partnership, and many more thoughtful, well outlined goals that reflects our Nigerian first.
And the transformation that we are witnessing in ICC is what we are bringing to this country, whether people like it or not. The Nigerian Parliament is very proud of you. We are proud of the fact that we do the budgeting, we give the approvals, and you do the execution. But you have put on your thinking cap, and you are very determined to leave Nigeria better than you met it. It starts from here. I said it before in Lagos, and I will repeat myself, that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step, and that is the step we are taking here.
Within 8 months, Mr. President, this is what we have. And I feel that without your leadership, it wouldn't have been possible. You are not the only president who have come here. So many presidents have come here. Nobody has said this is not what Nigeria needs. But because of your leadership, you gave a marching order. This is not.
The Executive Director of the National Primary Healthcare Center Development Agency, Dr. Muyi Aino, has stated that the federal government is committed to collaborating with states and local governments to ensure Nigerians have access to healthcare services at all levels. Dr. Aino stated this during a meeting with performance and financial management officers in Enugu State as he received feedback on challenges and peculiarities in the healthcare system in the state, aiming to improve services. Dr. Aino highlighted the value of the Performance and Financial Management Officers Initiative by President Bola Tinubu's administration. The NPHCDA chief executive added that officers would undergo training to familiarize themselves with the healthcare system, ensuring effectiveness and efficiency in their roles.
People are aware we have one per local government of each. There are 17 local governments in Enugu State. So what I basically did was to meet with the 34 young people who are future leaders in health to try to understand how the takeoff of the program is going in the field and try to encourage them, but also hear from them to understand their challenges. And we learned a number of things. One of the things that I learned was that, the initiative is very welcome. It's already adding value in terms of they're already able to go to the health facilities. They're already able to verify information, but also guide and sort of provide a second layer of eyes on the information and the activities in the facility.
Now we move on to some sport. Super Eagles and Genk striker Tolu Arokodare is delighted to have scored his first international in Nigeria's friendly draw against Russia. The high-profile match was played last Friday at the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow and had more than 45,000 fans in attendance. While the Super Eagles were 1-0 down in the second half, Tolu came off the bench to equalize, giving the Nigerian team the plenty of bites in attack. In an exclusive chat, he described his outgone season at club level as great, while looking forward to a better campaign next term.
It was a whole different feeling. I mean, it's my first time scoring for Nigeria, and getting a gift like that from the goalkeeper and helping us to at least secure a draw in that game and not losing it. It was an amazing feeling for me. I mean, I've played, like you said, I've played 3 games so far, and they've all been amazing.
Slavia Prague defender Igor Ogbu is excited at the chance of representing Nigeria in international football. Ogbu made his debut for the Super Eagles in their 2-1 win over rivals Ghana at the Unity Cup in London, and then went on to feature in 2 other games against Jamaica and Russia. Ogbu says former Super Eagles defender Taribo West Kenneth Omeruo were among those who inspired his football career.
Josevivo is there. I think Omeru. There are a lot of players, the kind of playing style they play. They are tough defenders. I think I watch these guys and I'm very proud when I see them. So I think a lot of Taribo his videos are amazing, and when you watch them, you can see the passion, and that is what drives us, we that are coming. So I think for me, I'm really happy to get to know them and what they have brought to football, not just to football, but to Nigeria as a whole.
And that's all we can take on the news for now. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Stay with us.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon. I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Level 2, electrified fence.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Okay, that's all we can take. I choose to close the show here for that long.
Ladies and gentlemen, #1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for #1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back?
You should start the gym though, you're getting fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person? Are you scissors? What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam!
Today we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. TVC Entertainment for pure entertainment. Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.
Now, setting the mood for an upbeat musical experience this morning on Wake Up Nigeria is Romani. He is a singer, a songwriter, a poet, and record producer. His music embraces elements from classical music and contemporary Afrobeat. And with that, it's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So what are you performing for us this morning?
I'll be performing my song. The title is Zero Paranoia.
Zero Paranoia.
Yes.
That's why I wanted to ask, what informed the song? What's the story behind that?
Zero Paranoia basically talks about a calm state of mind where you have zero anxiety, zero worries, zero paranoia basically. You're calm, you're not worried about the future.
Totally in control.
You're in control of some things. It's actually inspired by the women around me, most especially my big mom. Today's her birthday, so special shout out to her.
Happy birthday to his big mom, Romani's big mom. Happy birthday.
So it's inspired by the women around me. I love women a lot. I see the struggles they go through. So I wrote this song as a way of reaching out to them to like let them know it's going to be okay and they don't have to worry about anything.
So it's zero paranoia.
Yeah, zero paranoia.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. It's all going to be fine.
Nice, nice. So, you know, sometimes we go through different phases, and those phases are what inspire our music.
Of course.
But then, of course, I'm wondering, what artists would you really like to collaborate with?
Artist I would love to collaborate with, Olamide.
Olamide?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like it's not a coincidence that he's going to be dropping his album the same day I'm releasing this song I'm performing.
Nice.
So I feel like there's a connection between us. I would love to collaborate with him.
Okay, you know what? Let's hear Zero Paranoia, and then, of course, we'll enjoy it.
Thank you.
My baby, not enough goodbye, not enough goodbye, that I saw. All the things we did, I know that people know. I start to get so tight, that we can't saw. Oh, my back, I saw. Oh, 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 I did. Oh, 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 oh. I I care for you. Oh, I care for you. Oh. I care for you. I care. I care for you. See, I know you really bad. She couldn't cry. I know you really bad. They look just really bad. One girl, one thing. It's nice that nobody tells me. I should have called you. You were wicked, but one nice day, you know. You don't have to lay, you know. You was amazing. When I'm looking for bad, but then you let me. So I text me. Jack, I saw. You to me, I know people love. Oh, Jack, I saw. Oh, my Jack, I saw. Oh, adore. Ah, adore. 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 Adore.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. We are in the kitchen, guys. We are in the kitchen. Thank you so much for that beautiful performance. It just reminded me when I used to rap. You know, I used to rap growing up. T Sparkles.
How old are you, please?
How old am I? I'm old enough.
Because you've done so many things.
I know. Don't blow my trumpet for me, please. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, but I used to rap actually way in the back. Okay. You know, yes. I was actually part of the Plantation Boys. Yes, I was their backup. I was their backup. If you meet Two-Face, Blackface, actually, I was called No Face.
No Face.
So that was why I don't used to show. I was called No Face. So I don't used to appear, but I was part of the Plantation Boys. All right, speaking of plantain, by the way, we have the amazing Chef Shubi with us. How you doing? Ooh. Don't worry, you'll probably be like the backup dancer on one of my music videos.
That's a very wrong.
That's the idea. I don't pick dancers that can dance. Just come. Don't worry. So what are we making for breakfast this morning? Okay. Wait, let me guess. You have plantains. You have tomatoes. You are making plantain bonata. Right? That's a Filipino dish, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're making?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me guess again. Okay. You have plantain. This is locust beans, yes?
Yes.
You are making plantain baringo. Yes.
At this point, I think you should stop guessing.
All right, tell us. What are you making? What are you making there?
Okay, so this morning I'm going to be making a local tomato sauce that can go with so many things. Can go with rice, can go with potatoes. But today we are going to be pairing it with some plantain.
Wait, you said local tomato sauce?
Yes.
Local?
Yes.
I don't do local. Oh, I don't do local. I'm an international chef. I don't own all the meals that I take, I make, they're all international. So I'm going to be doing a lot of learning today because I don't do All right, just tell us the ingredients that you have here because I don't do local.
Okay, so of course we are going to be using tomatoes as our base.
All right.
And we are going to be using iru.
Iru, yeah, locust beans.
Locust beans. Mm-hmm. And of course crayfish. And
crayfish.
This is blended crayfish.
You blended
and
already.
Black pepper.
Yes, all right, you mixed the blended crayfish and black pepper.
Yes, I mixed.
Why? What's the secret behind that? Why are you doing that?
No, I just did that. There's no reason.
Just your own style,
yes,
just styling. Okay,
style,
all right,
yes.
cool. There you go ahead.
Yeah, and then of course salt, and then I'm going to be finishing up the sauce with scent leaf. Yes, also known as efirin in Yoruba.
Yeah,
yes.
scent leaf.
And of course we are going to be putting some dry fish. You can also use your leftover protein, any leftover protein you have at home, fish, chicken, to make this sauce, but we are going to be using fish.
Just to give it that local feel.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
And something very important for this meal, we are going to be doing without any form of seasoning cubes.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, no seasoning cubes?
No seasoning cubes. So this is a homemade stock that I made.
I don't know if you guys can see this at home right now. So what's inside this? What is inside here?
Okay, it's a very long process, but in summary, this is gotten from bone broth, some herbs, and then spices. Then resulted in this. So this is what I'm going to use.
Can you see how my hand is shaking, guys? Can I see how my hands is shaking? I'm already scared though. Hey, okay, no wahala. We'll see how that comes out, okay?
Yes.
That's really brilliant as well. Now, do you know one interesting thing about like plantains?
Okay.
What do you use your plantains peels for? What do you do with them when you're done? Do you just throw them away?
You can actually boil and drink.
The plantain peels. Do you know that the plantain peels are also very good for treating like skin conditions as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so for those people that actually have skin conditions, you can also use it. As a matter of fact, I actually put plantain peels in my lotion. I just grind and I put it in my lotion. That's why I'm looking fresh today. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking fresh. All right, so for those of you that are at home, you can always join the conversation. Tell us your favorite meals with plantain. What do you like to do with plantain? It will be awesome to just know that as well. And how do you like to make your own sauce, your tomato sauce? How do you make your own local tomato sauce as well? When we get back, I'm going to tell you another story about plantains. Something you actually don't know that you can do with the peel of the plantain.
Okay.
Do you know that the peel of the plantain strengthens the black in Black Panther? Wakanda forever. You don't understand what I'm saying, but those that know, they know. For those at home, men at home, Wakanda forever, Black plantain. Oh God. Anyway, no problem. Let me not talk too much. All right, please do not go anywhere, guys. The show continues. I am here with the amazing Chef Shubi, and we'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. The show continues. It's Wake Up Nigeria. Let's start cooking. Okay? Let's start cooking.
I left my daughter in the care of a governess. She is white. Mariana is well aware she can't be associated with those people.
When Mariana gets married, all of this will be in the hands of your future son-in-law.
Papa, I don't want an arranged marriage, and I don't want to be sent to Europe.
I want your son to keep away from my daughter.
I want to sue my father.
You don't have the nerve to do it. Every problem has a solution. Just say the word, and I will do it. No one has to find out. We won't speak of it again.
Stop right there! No, don't shoot!
This is real gold. This chain belonged to my mother. When it's around my neck again, that means we'll never have to be apart.
Watch out!
Thanks for staying with us. It's time to bring to you what's been perusing on the streets of social media. What's hot?
Sperm cells.
How do you start with that
then
line?
look stunned. You asked me, and I answered your question. Okay, so really, what's actually trending? Quite a number of stuff, but there was something that caught our eye, and it had to do with...
It caught your eye.
Well, it caught my eye.
I will know why it caught your eye.
Why did it catch my eye? People don't even know what.
Please tell us the story first.
Tell me why, because I'm about to change my mind about telling this story.
Tell us the story first.
Why did you think, or rather, why do you think it caught my eye? That question must be answered.
You really want to know why?
First now. We're confused at home.
Really want to know why?
You know the story. Say it to a man.
I don't know the story.
So it's about, just the summary, it's about a 34-year-old man who recently found out that his sperm cells have died and he cannot have children of his own.
Okay.
So he was talking about his devastation at finding out and the fact that he loves children so much, how he's going to endure and explain himself when the pressure from friends and family members come, that it's time for you to get married. Oh, and then if he gets married, won't you have children of your own, having to explain to everybody? And so it had me thinking about so many people that are in the same state, male and female. Of course, we all know of a popular actress who is also in the same boat. As much as she loves children, finding out that it was a choice between her life and her womb. And of course, she chose life, which is very, very wise, of course. And then several of such incidents. There's a story that is nagging at the back of my mind that I can't read it. The 7 wives or so of somebody. I can't remember. It's a popular book. The Baba Segi's wives. So this man also apparently had mumps as a child, and he lost the his fertility. And instead of him to be told by his first wife, she simply got herself pregnant miraculously. And then that happened with the second wife to the third wife. It would never have found out if they did not like the youngest wife, who was an educated lady.
Okay.
And then that one took him to the hospital, and that's how everything came out to the open. So I'm wondering, what do you guys think of that situation? Finding out that you can't have children. What would you have done in such a situation? You don't have children. If that happens to you, what would you do?
If you find out in the nearest future, when you have eventually decided to, have children, that is after you've gotten married and you're ready to have children, you find out that you're the reason you guys can have children, what would you do?
All right, so I think it's a very interesting question and topic. The reason I'll say that is because you would always advise to have counseling and therapy and all these things. You need to check yourself just before you get married that you're sure. You should know your body before you actually even get married. Because we're in an era where women are always claimed to not being the problem. Women are always claimed that, it's because she cannot provide. Most times they don't know that it's actually the men. Sometimes, So I think to answer the question, what would I do? I pray that my wife is someone who would understand and listen, because the conversation would be very long. And I am never against adoption if both parties agree to the fact that this is the right thing to do. Of course, I would feel I'll feel hurt, I'll feel pain, because I feel like I have talents and skills that were passed from my parents that I also would love to just pass on to my children as well. It would really hurt me. But I know for a fact that one thing I would do is to do a lot of research. I'll do a lot of research, and I'm going to ask a lot of questions with prompts with ChatGPT to say, how can it work? What can I eat? What can I take? What are the solutions? I'm going to do a lot of research, if any at all. You get? And that time, it's going to be crazy for me, because I think I will just listen to any advice possible.
That's what
at that
really
time.
happens.
Yes. Because they tell me, I gotta take this agbo, mix this one.
That's where I was going to.
I think I would end up doing that.
Yeah, because I
would love to have my children.
It's according to reports, right? The male factor is between 40 to 50% responsible for a significant portion of infertility cases in Nigeria. unfortunately so. And because of the male, would I say ego, plays a role in their own acceptance of these issue.
Yeah.
They do not attend to it when they should attend to it. And then that responsibility is now shifted to the woman.
Yeah.
And that is why you see a lot of women in churches, in spiritual centers, in religious centers, going to pray, not knowing that it is their husband or their significant other that is the problem. And in a lot of cases, a lot of these men know, but they fail to address it. Everybody also hides under the umbrella of religion. God will take care of it. God will heal me.
But you know,
he doesn't need to
funny?
know. It's a secret.
In
they keep it to themselves.
Church, for example, impotence is instant grounds for annulment, especially if you knew and you did not tell the woman.
Tell your wife.
Now, the woman has the right to decide that, oh, my husband is so good, I can cope, I'll be fine. I'll adopt my siblings' children or stuff. But if you knew and you kept it from the woman, even if you did not know, and she finds out, she has the right to say, you know what, I don't do it again. Because me, I want children and I'm fertile.
Funny enough, I've actually...
And it works both ways.
I've actually experienced someone who actually... oh, wow. Something just fell off for now. So who actually experienced, a similar instance where for years, she newly got married to the man. And then I think after a year or two, he eventually found out that it was the husband that was the cause. She ended it instantly because this also borders on trust. It borders on betrayal. It also borders on the foundation of the marriage from the inception.
There's one movie I watched. This movie, this man had 2 daughters with his wife.
Right.
He now started dating some young girl outside. And then, the wife is the type that would do anything for her husband and all. So she was wondering what's going on and everything. When she now found out, she decided to divorce him. Eventually, it turned out that the lawyer she went to meet was the woman the husband was having an affair with. So the lady felt bad and called it quits with the man. Only for her to find out she was pregnant. She had to cut the long story short. She had a son. Wow. The man was happy, stopped spending time with his family. And eventually it got blown out that one night that she made a mistake with somebody else was actually what resulted in the pregnancy. And that's how the man found out that he was impotent.
But I think one question I really want to ask is, how deep is the love in the relationship? When you hear people say, oh, we've been dating for, say, 6 years, we've been married for 16 years, 20 years. We've been looking for children together, we've been trying our best, we've done everything, we've gone everywhere, only to find out that, oh, the reason is because the man is, impotent or something. And then the next action of the woman is to say, I want to leave the marriage.
The next action, most times, the next action of the man is to marry another wife.
Hold on. I'm just saying,
before we go, let's hear from Chef.
All right.
Yeah.
Chef Chobi, you've heard
What
of
would you do? How would you react if you found out that your partner can actually give birth or is impotent?
Even looking at us like
after you married your partner?
It's infertile.
She gets it.
So the thing is, if the person was aware before going into that marriage and the person did not tell the partner, a lot has gone wrong already. Because if such a vital or sensitive issue can be hidden, then what else is the person lying about? Because that's always the issue.
Right.
What else? What else? If something as sensitive as that.
Yeah, but what if they don't even know? No, see, not every man knows.
No, this is not
know these things.
Edgar, that's not the crux of the matter. The crux of the matter is not knowing. The crux of the matter is
now everybody don't find out. Waiting go happen.
But see, let me shock you. Do you know that some men do not even understand what that means? Some men will tell you, but I still produce.
Produce what?
Sperm.
You're shooting blanks.
No, that's my point. So some men will tell you, but I can still produce sperm. They will not understand that, what
fertility is
not about.
It's about the quality of the sperm. It's about some people, their sperm cells don't even exist at all. So, like in the case of this guy, he's dead.
That is my point. That some men do not understand that it's not about producing sperm, it's about the quality of the sperm.
Yes,
So you see some men telling you, but I still produce, I still from time to time. So why are you telling me I cannot?
And that's why you
always-
should go to different hospitals for
Yes,
chest and
so
for
I think
chest
this-
and
That's it,
education.
it's not me. It's not me. You are telling me. Don't tell me. Tell
Yeah.
them.
So
Tell
this-
them.
Not be unfortunate, don't worry.
So
but
that there
it
needs to be
happens.
education
Yes, a lot
and
of
awareness.
education,
There
yes,
needs
awareness.
to be education. So just the way I remember back in the day growing up, where we used to watch a lot of these fillers. USAID used to give a lot of fillers to enlighten and educate people.
Yes. We don't have that much
against
anymore.
Against what's it called?
STDs.
No, STDs and HIV, and most
Yeah.
importantly protecting yourself.
Yeah.
So we should have more of those sort of orientation to let people know that these are the sort of, other than the questions, because this has gone beyond just sitting down and asking what's your body count.
True.
You also need to ask, what are the tests you have done?
Yeah.
What are the tests we need to do before taking this major
And parents
life-changing
have a
decision?
responsibility. If your child is ill, please, I beg you, make sure that child is well taken care of, especially if the child is suffering from mumps. That stuff is one of the things that are responsible for deadening the sperm cells. Please,
and I
take
think
good care of your
finally it's
children
also
and
very
let them get
important.
treated
I
properly.
think finally it's also very important to have the communication with your partner.
Yes.
If we cannot give birth, what do
What do we do?
How do we go
Yeah.
about it? Having
I
a
think you need to
conversation.
prepare for those sort of
It's one of
conversations.
the conversations that
Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Let us know your thoughts. If you've ever been in a situation, or if you know someone who's been in a situation, how did they come around it? How was it resolved? Would like to hear in the comments, people. Wake Up Nigeria continues.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Maya Angelou was a civil rights activist, poet, and award-winning author known for her acclaimed 1969 memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and her numerous poetry and essay collections. Angelou was born on April 4, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri. Angelou had a difficult childhood. Her parents split up when she was very young. Around the 1960s, Angelou lived in Ghana working as an editor and a freelance writer. Angelou also held a position at the University of Ghana for a time before she joined a community of revolutionist returnees exploring Pan-Africanism and became close with human rights activist and black nationalist leader Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. In 1961, Angelou appeared in an off-Broadway production of Jean Gennett's The Blacks with James L. Jones, Lou Gossett Jr. and Cicely Tyson, and went on to earn a Tony Award nomination for her role in the play Look Away, 1973, and an Emmy Award nomination for her work on the television miniseries Roots, 1977, among other honors. Angelou's career has seen numerous accolades, including the Chicago International Film Festival's 1998 Audience Choice Award and a nod from the Acapulco Black Film Festival in 1999 for Down in the Delta. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, and is credited with a list of plays, movies, more than 50 honorary degrees, and television shows spanning over 50 years. She also won 2 NAACP Image Awards in the Outstanding Literary Work Non-Fiction category for her 2005 cookbook and 2008 Letter to My Daughter. After experiencing health issues for a number of years, Angelou died on May 28, 2014 at her home in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. In May 2021, it was announced that Angelou will be one of the first
Joining us this morning on Wellness on Wake Up Nigeria is Obi Olamba Nadi. She is the founding CEO and team lead of Thrive Network, a registered mental health NGO. Her journey into the field of mental health advocacy began in 2018, inspired by her personal battle with postpartum depression, as PPD. She will be discussing manning up. Of course, we're still talking about men's emotional health. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
How is your mental health?
My mental health is currently battling with my regular health. But yeah, it's good. It's
fantastic.
Good. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I know we touched on this last week, so it's so good for us to be able to really focus on it today.
Yes.
Manning up.
Yes, absolutely. And as always, I'm going to start by wishing every man who's watching us on television right now a happy Men's Health Month. I have come in contact with close to 15 men this morning, and I think about 14 of them do not have an idea that this month is dedicated to them.
Yeah.
But the month of June is actually dedicated to men worldwide, you know, and we tend to encourage them to pay more attention to their physical
Father's Day is even this
mental
weekend.
health. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And the focus this year is on closing the empathy gap for men. So that's us providing more support in every aspect, emotionally, financially, mentally, and otherwise. And I'm going to ask you, ladies, how are you treating my guys, Edgar and the other guys? How are you guys treating them this month?
How is Edgar treating us? Edgar is showing us pepper. I beg.
It's
justice for Mary and Titi.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, thank you. Like, you know, as I always say, this is such an important and overlooked conversation concerning men's emotional health. If you put 100 Nigerian men, and I mean, I'm limiting this to Nigerian men because that's well, I know a bit, or I know something about Nigerian men. So if you put 100 Nigerian men in this room and you ask them, what's your biggest struggle? And you categorize these struggles under physical, financial, emotional, mental, and spiritual health, I promise you, 90 of them will say to you my financial health and status. Yes, while finance is a very important aspect of men's overall well-being, because on the societal ladder, although women, of course, are doing their bit, but in our society, the man is expected to provide. The pressure for women to provide is not as much as it is on men. So men are going to say to you, oh, money, 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 bills, 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 and all of that. And their emotions, you know, is at the back burner. It's not discussed. So you end up having more irritable men, more men who tend to be aggressive, more men who struggle to, you know, communicate, who struggle to clearly tell you, this is exactly how I feel. And emotions. I've been talking to kids for about 3 weeks now about their emotions, trying to help them identify their emotions. Let me tell you something, Mary. It took me 31 years of my life to begin to identify emotions, because this is not really a thing for African parents or parents before, you know, parents of the 21st century.
Yeah.
So most men are not really in tune with that aspect of their lives, their emotions. And when you say emotional health and you're talking about men, you're talking about how men tend to manage their emotions, emotional intelligence. You know, you're talking about emotional regulation. Are they able to regulate their emotions? You know, to manage stress, to handle conflict, to manage heartbreak, to manage money problems. You know, are they able to manage these situations as they should?
You know, I recently, not even recent, like over the years I've observed, but recently it's something that keeps tugging at my heartstrings. The fact that this isn't even an African thing, it's a global thing. Because when you read books, watch movies and stuff, and you see the men, the way they try to project, you realize that this is something that has been on since time immemorial.
Like forever.
Where a man is seen as a weakling if he decides to show emotions.
Exactly.
The man is regarded as a sissy or henpecked or any such thing, just because he has the emotional side to him.
Absolutely.
And even in some cases, many females try to take advantage of men like that. Oh, he's a sweet boy. So because he's a sweet boy, you treat him anyhow.
Exactly.
You say you want a manly man. Exactly. And men are aware of this.
Exactly.
And so they try to meet up to the standards required so they can also be up on the pecking order when it comes to being able to choose the kind of woman they want.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, isn't that the reason why, you know, most men are praised when they project challenging emotions? And by challenging emotions, I don't want to use the word negative emotions, because these emotions are considered challenging, you know, because it's difficult to contain. So when a man projects anger, irritability, frustration, oh yeah, it's a man thing, that's the way they are. But when a man projects joy, when a man projects excitement, you know, like you said, he's seen as a CC. I was watching this clip at a wedding where a father broke down, you know, in tears. He was giving his daughter away at a traditional event. And I was observing the wife's body language. She was so put off. And I was wondering, and I said to myself, this are actually tears of joy. The man is overwhelmed. This is such a huge event in his life. And, you know, their daughters who are really, well, most daughters are closer to their dads and all of that. So this man was expressing, he was overwhelmed in the moment. And what I expected from his partner at that point was support. A rub on the back, a pat on the back, you know, just words of encouragement to say, hey, look, she's not, you know, she's just moving from her house to another house. She's starting her own life, but we'll always be there. And that's what I say to partners. In that moment, that's what the man needs. And like I said, we always have to go back to how we are raising our sons, how we're raising our boys. It is so important. I was having a conversation with an e-taxi driver, and he says to me, oh no, my wife is raising my boys differently. She says they are boys, so they don't really have to show too much excitement. This is his wife.
Wow.
And not even him. This is his wife. So this is how it starts. So men are taught to man up. And you see, what does that do for the men in society in return? You have more men who are intentionally ending their lives. You have more men who are suffering or struggling with mental health problems like anxiety, depression. Then there's a lot of these mental health problems are often characterized by mood swings, withdrawal, irritability. He's not able to express himself.
And you know, sometimes it also leads to men looking for weaker women.
Thank you.
Just so they can be able to keep that image. You see a man that will say, I cannot marry a woman who can change her own tires. I cannot marry a woman who can carry 50 kg bag of rice. I cannot marry a woman that does this, does that. If the moment a muscular woman shows up, you see so many men cringing. They withdraw immediately. They don't want anything to do with that. Why? Because they believe that should be them, not her.
Yeah, exactly.
But myself and my sisters were raised to do all these things. Like,
I mean,
carry a bag of rice.
Don't get me wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a man being a gentleman and offering to help. However, there's also nothing wrong with appreciating, you know, a woman who is able to do these things for herself. Because look, it is the mental conditioning our men have received. And I think it's also important to say this. Our men are wired to save themselves in distress.
Exactly. And you can still save your wife in distress or your woman.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just need to have an understanding. Absolutely. Like, who wants to keep carrying it? I don't even think I can remember how to carry it anymore.
You understand.
Yeah.
I think that our men carry way too much on their shoulders. I think that there's a whole lot. In fact, it gives me cause for concern in my field, most especially because I have the privilege of talking to men who share a lot of stuff with me, and you're amazed that these men are married. These men have sisters. These men have mothers, and they're not able to say to them, this is how I feel. You know, in the part of the country where I come from, a man is not even expected to sit down and have a conversation with his woman about how she triggers him or how she stirs up negative emotions. That's a woman thing.
See, there's a lot to unpack regarding this. Manning up is a huge, will I say, a myriad of emotions, a myriad of so many things. But thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have a conversation with you, Obi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we've reached the top of the hour this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. Just stay with us. We'll be back on the other side.
Some say learning.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. It is still Wake Up Nigeria and it's time for the top of the hour. It's the other half of the show. I hope you guys have been having a great show so far. Yes, you can always use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria to join the conversation. Tell us what you think about the show. Tell us what your day is going, how your day is going, what you're doing. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's Wake Up Nigeria. I am super excited. We had a great coffee gist, you know, what's up and about. We've had great music performances. We also have a lot coming in store, and we have a lot for you guys on the show. So make sure you're seated, you're ready, you're relaxed, you're chilled, because it's Wake Up Nigeria, and we are live and ready for the other half. Now, what do we have for you guys this time around? What do we have for you guys in this half? All right, I'll tell you. First of all, we have birthday shout-outs. Birthday shout-outs. We're going to be giving out a birthday shout-out to everyone celebrating their birthdays in the month. And we're going to tell you guys that we love you guys, praying for you guys, wishing you guys well. All right, birthday shout-outs.
And I wish you very well. This year you would have all that you prayed for. This year you would have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
All right, just the same way we had it last week, we're going to be having again this week the physical therapist, the model. We're going to be having Dr. Mofti Jokomba, and he's going to be discussing an amazing topic, aging and dressing well. We cannot wait for that conversation, aging and dressing well. Just like I said earlier, dress the way you want to be addressed, you know. All right. Now for our final guest, we will be having a multiple award-winning filmmaker, prolific writer, producer, and director, Best Okodua. We cannot wait to have a great conversation with Mr. Best Okodua. All right, as you can see, the show is super packed. We have a lot in store for you guys. Don't forget that we still have Chubi in the kitchen, and we're making something special, some local tomato sauce spiced with great plantains. I am ready for that one. I hope you're ready, so stay still, all right? We're going to have a great time together. It's Wake Up Nigeria. Do not go anywhere. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
It is time for us to celebrate your loved ones this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating in the month of June. June is a special month for so many reasons, and I'm pretty sure celebrating your loved ones is something you cannot miss, because of course some people take it to heart. Perhaps your loved one is one of those. So this morning we would like to give a happy birthday shout out to everyone celebrating in the month of June, as I said earlier. But then, of course, if you have a loved one that is celebrating, you can always send it to us, and we would definitely do justice to it. Adedayo Adedotu is the very first this morning, born June 11th, and this is coming to you from your darling wife. Enjoy the celebration. And then, of course, we are celebrating Emike Musa. June 6th is your birthday. Gunda Victor celebrates you. Happy birthday.
I wish you long life and prosperity. Yeah.
Happy birthday to Falola Yusuf Adewale. June 9 is your birthday. Your darling daughter, a baby Rama, is celebrating you. Enjoy the celebration.
All that you prayed for this year, you will have. All that you wish for this year, you go get.
We are celebrating Folake Ilori. June 8th is your birthday. Bola Odeyemi is wishing you the very best. Happy birthday to John Abigail. June 16th is your birthday. Tida is celebrating you. Have a good time.
It's your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for.
We are celebrating Joseph Ayomide. June 16th is your birthday. This is coming to you from Timidara Unyade. Enjoy the celebration. Happy birthday.
Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to Messi Morayo Oke. June 12th is your birthday, and your brother Ronaldo Oke is wishing you the very best.
This day is your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for.
Such a beauty. Happy birthday to Moyoluwa Hazan. June 17th is your birthday. This is coming to you from your daddy, your mommy, and your siblings. Enjoy the celebration. Happy birthday to Mr. Ado Celestine. June 5 is your birthday, and your wife is wishing you the very best. Happy birthday.
This day is your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have.
We are celebrating Prince Amos Ofalawo Oyeribi. June 14th is your birthday, and this is coming to you from Adewale Oladipupo.
Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday to Usman Moreni Keji Ayomide. June 12th is your birthday. Roland is celebrating you. Have a good time.
I wish you long life and prosperity. Yeah. All that you prayed for this year, you will have. All that you wish for this year, you go. This day is
Happy birthday to you indeed. If you're born in the month of June, we celebrate you, whether or not we're able to talk about you on the show. But then, of course, when we talk about celebrations, we talk about food, right? Good food, more like. We're going to the kitchen in a bit. But first, let's take a quick break. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games.
All right. Now we're back in the kitchen. If you're just joining us, it's Wake Up Nigeria. You know, I'm not alone. I am with the beautiful chef. Chibi, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Tell us now, what are we making? Tell us, for those of us that are just joining the show, what are we making this morning?
Okay, so now I'm making the sauce. So I'm making a local tomato
No,
sauce.
tell us the name of the meal first, and then just tell us what you're making again.
Okay, so this is like a local tomato sauce because I'll be using some local ingredients like locust beans, crayfish, and then palm oil to make the sauce. And we are going to be pairing it with plantain. You can pair this sauce with rice. You can pair it with yam, potatoes, but we are pairing us with plantain.
Boiled plantain, yes, or fried plantain?
No, boiled plantain.
Boiled plantain. Oh, awesome. That's really nice.
And we are going to toast the plantain in butter for more flavor.
Should we do that? Okay, let's do it. Let's just do it. All right, so what have you done to the fish? Because something fishy is going on. What is here?
Okay, so this is dry fish.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let me just, while you can explain, let me just show them. Go ahead.
Okay, it's dry fish. Yeah. So I decided to rinse it with hot water and salt.
Yes.
To get off any form of sand.
Now, for those of you that can see this, I don't know if you can. Did you notice the way I'm holding this? You see, this is how a professional chef should hold this. Now, some people hold it like this, but no, you don't hold it like this in the kitchen. When you're in the kitchen, you hold it like this. You raise your the last finger most of the time, and I'll tell you why. Now, listen, look at this. When you hold it like this, now gravity is in the middle of the thumb here, and then it doesn't move even when you shake it. All right? It doesn't move. Do you know a lot about gravity?
Yes, I do.
You know about gravity?
I do.
Oh yeah, so it doesn't move. So even if I do this, see, look at this. Let me close my eyes. Can you see? Can you see? It doesn't move.
I guess that's a new discovery.
A new discovery, Abby. There's so many things I can actually teach you in the kitchen. It's just the time. There is no time. I should release my own book one of these days and just put it out there on Amazon or something on how to cook. I actually have 2 books. The first one is how to cook without fire. There are so many people that just, always want to cook with fire and everything, but how do you make special meals without fire?
Salads.
Right? Salads. You see? Hey, did you download my book? Don't do that. Did you download my book?
Because I know.
You know. Wow, you can actually make salads without fire. Oh, I love that. What else can you make without fire? What else?
You can make yogurt. No, you can't make yogurt without fire. You can express cow milk. Now you don't need fire.
All right. Okay. Let me tell you one. Let me tell you one that you can actually make without fire.
Okay.
Have you ever tried boli now? Boli with plantain. You can actually make boli without fire.
How do you do it?
Buy my book. Buy my book. www.edgarfoods.com.
Please, can you give us clue before we buy it? Because so that we'll be sure that we are getting value for our money.
Let me shock you. You have plantain here. Okay. Take a look. What can you see? Do you know why there are black spots already and then there are also like yellow spots? Do you know why? Do you know why? No, do you know why? Tell me, do you know why? When you leave the practical of cooking and you go into the theory of cooking, you will now understand the scientific reasoning why there are certain lines on the plantain. Every plantain has its own code. Every plantain has its own code. What you are seeing is, there are no 2 plantains with the same mark. If I release my book.
If I come to your school, I'm very sure I'll be more confused.
You will not be confused. If you leave my school, the way you'll be teaching people outside how to make meals. Hey! You just be instructing them like me. Well, you know one funny thing? I can actually tell when the food is sweet without even tasting it. Let me show you something. Come this way. Come this way. Let me show you something. You're almost there. Just mix 1 or 2. All right, 1 or 2. Come back.
But you tested it now.
You're almost there. Just come back. Don't worry. Add a little salt. Of
course.
All right. For those of you that are at home right now, you want to join us, you want to be a part of this, make sure that you write down all the ingredients. You can always watch back. Yes, the ingredients on your screen. Again, you can just take a recording, take a screenshot, write them down, and then join us as well. Please, if you end up making this meal the same way we've made it, just share the picture on social media using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC so that we can join you. We can join you and we can also retweet. We can, share as well. But it's actually very good. The pepper though. Yeah. There is actually pepper. Did you put a lot of pepper in this thing?
No.
So what is giving it that peppery feel?
Probably the pepper, the Scotch bonnet is very hot.
I see what you did there. So what are we doing now?
So
I noticed you've added the fish.
Yes, so that it can soften a little.
Nice.
Yeah, so I added it on time.
What is the best kind of fish for this meal? I know you said you can use any kind of protein, yes, but what is the best kind of fish? You're making local in tomato sauce. What is the best fish for a local tomato sauce?
You can use catfish.
Catfish. Catfish.
If you're a fan of fresh catfish, you can use
catfish,
the fresh one. And then if you don't like fresh fish,
if catfish is way too expensive, what other kind of fish can you use?
You can use panla.
Panla.
Yes.
What is the? Do you know the
and
English?
Then if
what is
you
the
don't
English
have
name for
fish
panla
at all, you can use crayfish.
Crayfish.
And
all
it
right.
will come out really well.
Let's play a quick game just before we go on a break. Names of types of fish that you know, because it feels like you know a lot of the different types of fishes. Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
So we'll do name. All right.
Okay.
Names of fishes that you know. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So again, you guys know I don't lose. All right. I don't lose. Now let's go. I start by saying tilapia.
Why will you say tilapia when that's what is on my mind?
You lost already?
Catfish.
You lost already. All right, let's go again. I start by saying tilapia.
Catfish.
Titus.
Manla.
Shimas.
Kote.
Brendov.
Titus.
Ah, you don't know fish. When you see us, you know us. Oh, I swim. Oh.
Croaker fish.
You don't know croaker. You don't know
I just said croaker.
bendo. You don't know mika. You don't know olami. You know olami fish?
I don't.
Olami
I'm
fish.
sure you are calling local names.
Local names?
Yes.
These are international fishes. Local. Hey, no. Don't joke when it comes to fish. Don't joke with me.
Okay.
Don't joke with me. I once caught. Let me show you. This was in 2015. 2015. I can tell you. Remember in September, I once caught a fish in my village with my bare hands.
Why don't I believe you?
You don't believe me?
I'm serious.
Okay, go to my village. Go and ask them my village.
Where are you from?
I'm from Edo State now, Uromi.
Uromi.
Once you get to Uromi roundabout, just ask for any of those
Maybe I
people.
can believe you because
I'm not
you share
joking.
boundary.
I use my hand to catch the fish like this. I just put my hand like this. That's what I was doing.
What kind of fish, please? What kind of fish?
Ogote. They call it ogote fish. Ogote. You don't know ogote? All right. At this point, I think I'll just take it easy. I'll just take it easy with you. All right. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. The show continues. We're still in the kitchen at this point. I think has a great interview happening. Let's join her. Let's see what's happening over there.
What are you on about, Edgar? What are you really on about? They need to take you away from that kitchen, to be honest. But hey, it's always a pleasure having you right there in the kitchen with the chefs. So much beautiful synergy. Now on the couch, we have an accomplished physical therapist and model with a passion for excellence. Dr. Mofti Jokomba will be discussing the topic aging and dressing well. And she expertly navigates this indistinct worlds with an unwavering commitment to the well-being of her patients. How are you doing, Mofti?
I am doing well today. How are you?
I'm very well. Good to see you.
You as well.
I know that you started the series this month with talking about aging and mobility. And today we're still on the series. We're, narrowing in on aging and dressing well. Now, I feel like the year at which you age has sort of shifted. It's now become earlier. In your 30s now, you begin to see wrinkles, you begin to see lines.
Notice the little things.
Yeah, you need to notice the little things. Recently, I started, so at the beginning of this year, I've been consistent with the gym, working out. Nice. And then I realized that I started having some pain in my knee.
Oh.
It's not constant.
Okay.
Yes. So I don't know. Maybe it's too much pressure on the knee scalpel. I don't know what it is, but it's nothing serious. Okay. But then again, it could be something serious because that's a typical Nigerian way of handling issues. It's just small. I'll go to the hospital next 2 years.
Please.
So let's talk about this, signs of aging, and at what year do we begin to focus more and pay attention to how we are aging, right?
So when we talk about aging in general, there's no specific age range because each person is a little different. That's what makes us so unique as individuals. But the thing is, as we start to get older, you start to notice things. Right. When you're young, you have all this energy. Your energy might mask a lot of things that you're feeling. Especially like in your 20s, you're not really paying attention.
Right.
You're just having a good time.
Right.
When you start to get to your 30s, a lot of us starts to slow down in life just in general because maybe we're settling down or whatever. And then that's when you start to notice things more. Then start to this is hurting a little bit more than it used to, but I can still go on with life and no problem. The next 10 years, probably not go on with life as easily as you can before. And that's why when we talk about mobility and aging, they go hand in hand.
Right.
Why would you stop moving because something is hurting? Is your body giving you a signal that you need to do something about that, not just ignore it?
Okay. Well, I guess I will be booking a session after this session. So let's talk about aging and dressing well. Well, to be honest, I'll say in the last 2-3 years, we have seen a lot more women as they grow older pay more attention to their looks and how, and we're not just talking the physical looks, but we're also talking how they look when they go out.
Absolutely.
We're way past that time where, people would is, say, our mothers used to wear tie wrappers in the house. Now we want to wear our bombshirts. We want to look good. We want to go for massages.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about, why this is important.
I think on one hand, the age of social media has really helped us fuel the thing.
Right.
And I feel like we're just getting to a part in life in general where women are just prioritizing themselves more. I want to do this for myself. I want to go buy the one thing. Because when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you can present to your family so much more. You can present to the world so much more better. So if you're not pouring into your cup and filling up your bucket, there's not really much you can do. And getting that massage, getting that facial, buying that shoe for yourself instead of buying it for your... I was at this thing yesterday, and this creator said, buy the shoe for yourself before you buy it for your child.
Oh, talking about shopping for my kids. So yesterday I went shopping and I just wanted to get a specific thing for my kids. And they're 2 girls. So you have to get the same thing. You can't get 2 different things. You need to get the same item. If not, this other person is going to be converting over the other ones and saying, Mommy, why did you get this one? And before I knew it, I was spending close to 150K. That wasn't even more than I bought more than I should have. So I mean, imagine if that money if I just used it in,
and you just bought
taking a massage, which I have been delaying on. I have been telling myself I need to get a massage for how many months now? I've still not been able to get around it.
And that's the thing, we always delay ourselves first, and we put and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, as this woman said, and it really stuck with me, she was like, the kids are going to leave you. They're going to get older. We left our parents. I can't tell you the last time me and my mom were in the same house. Love her to death, but if you don't pour into your cup and prioritize yourself, and you want your kids to see, oh, mommy is always looking great. Mommy's always dressed well. She's always presented well. When she goes into a room, people address her a certain way because she looks and sounds and feels confident.
Someone watching right now is saying, I can't afford most of these things. I can't afford a massage. I can't afford, because I mean, let's not even lie. I mean, prioritizing your well-being is expensive, because we're not just talking looks, what you wear, we're also talking diet as well. Hitting the gym, being consistent at the gym, that's expensive.
It is.
So let's sort of, bring it home to, people who can afford these things, but still have to get to their 9 to 5s every day, regardless of the hustle and bustle.
This is Nigeria that we're living in. We're all living in it together, so I get it. And it's not really ever about the thing that looks like the package. Like, I just joined a gym 2-3 months ago. Not because I never exercised, I always did, but I have certain goals, and that's why I'm in you don't have to be in the gym to get some mobility into your life. You can find YouTube videos are free. You can hop on YouTube, literally search anything, yoga, blah, blah, blah. If you go on Instagram, I have a series where it's just little 45-second videos that you can do literally anywhere. So you don't have to have the expensive things. When you want to get a massage, a stretch, a yoga session does the exact same thing as a massage. Don't get me wrong, a massage feels better. You can relax and sit, but you can still get the same benefits for your aging and for your life by doing other things, finding alternatives. It doesn't always have to be the expensive skincare bottle. I use shea butter.
Oh, really?
I've used shea butters for like, I don't know how long now.
Wow.
I shower with black soap.
Okay.
So things like...
Your skin looks good.
Thank you. And that's the thing, like, in Nigeria, we don't realize how much natural products that we have.
I agree with you 100%.
We're always trying to look for the outside things. Let's go and look at what we have. Avocados that is like super cheap to get. So healthy. One of the best brain foods you could ever eat. Amazing for your health and your aging. It's something that's available to us. We just might not know that things are available to us because we just see the aesthetically pleasing things, the Pilates girls, the this, the that, and we think that's the only option. It really isn't.
And just to add to that, a lot of us really do not even understand how harmful some of these chemical substances we put on our skin, we put in our bodies, and those natural, ingredients or those natural options or alternatives that you've mentioned, they're cheaper, they're quite affordable, and they have so many benefits.
So many.
Let's talk a little bit about our diets. Growing older. At what age should one begin to pay specifics to their diet?
I would say as early as possible,
Okay.
honestly, because it's about building a habit, right?
Right.
The earlier you start a habit, the more it is that you're going to sustain it.
True.
And I'm not saying to switch your entire diet, but incorporate the one thing, like put avocados, and if you're a smoothie maker, throw some avocados in there, okay? If you're not, which I don't like avocados, but what I do is I buy sweet potatoes. You can buy it from your malam anywhere. Sweet potatoes are an amazing source of fiber. They're an amazing source of like rich vitamins. Little things that we can do, just incorporate it into our daily life, our diets. Things like that. You want to eat more fruits, more vegetables. I'm not saying cook your eforiro in gallons of oil. You know, but scale back. And then the more you start to do it, you start to find new ways and easier ways to do all these things.
Right. Thank you so much for, I mean, very brief, very, short, but you've been able to, let us in on what we should focus on, the important things in helping to, age well and age gracefully.
Gracefully, exactly.
Age gracefully is very important. Thank you so much, Dr. Mafta. We'll continue the series again next week.
Of course.
All right,
Thank
fantastic. And that's it for now. We have Best Okodua coming up next. We'll be right back.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
For our final guest this morning on Wake Up Nigeria, we have multiple award-winning filmmaker, prolific writer, producer, and director, Best Okodua. Now, he is the Chief Creative Officer at Savvy Minas Nigeria, a social enterprise focused on creating effective and sustainable solutions to social problems in Nigeria and Africa using film. Now, he currently has over, wait for it, over 50 titles to his credits. I dare say about 70 even. It's so good to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you.
I didn't mention the fact that he's also an actor, but of course you do that, right?
Thank you so much.
Okay, so Best. Wow, there's a lot to your name. So which one came first? Was it acting or was it production? Or, because as a filmmaker, I know it's all encompassing. Acting, directing, filmmaking. Which one came first?
Matter of fact, I joke a lot about the fact that I started as an actor, but I failed, so I ran. You know, I mean,
I like that honesty.
Yeah, amongst my friends and, you know, even my crew, I tend to like, you know, joke with that a lot because I actually did started out as an actor, and that's way back, say, sometimes in the 2000s, and just didn't work out. I don't know what...
Is this you on screen that didn't work out, or you just weren't feeling...
That's exactly where I'm coming to. So I don't know who and what to attribute that failure to, but it was a failure. It was just a failure. Yeah, and coincidentally at the time, I started falling in love with the whole technicality behind the scene, and I think at the time was when I saw a particular title for the first time, not the one that we all saw and liked, El Mariachi. And I was fascinated. So I don't know what drew me to reading about that particular project, and I just felt like, okay, so I want to really be like this guy. And the guy at the time, his name was Robert Rodriguez. He's a renowned Hollywood film director. And I started studying him, even up on the point where the film was remade, and it was actually made as Desperado. This Desperado, we all know, Antonio Banderas and the likes, you know. And I just loved it, and I tried the best I could to actually bring it down to our own Hollywood context. It was not easy at the time because I was pretty much living in my head, you know, having this very big, glassy Hollywood dream, and, you know, and this very small boy here in Lagos, Nigeria, you know, I mean... And that was basically it for me. And in order to be able to pursue this articulately, I think I started out then as the PA to the then Vice President to the Directors Guild of Nigeria. I took on that job because I wanted to be close to film. Okay. Yeah, I know that, of course. But then it wasn't easy. It wasn't always that way, but it took me getting in there to understand. As the PA, you really don't even get the privilege to be on set all the time. You're literally running around, get this, get that, get this, get that. And by the time you're back, all the key moments are probably gone. And you're like, you know, but then I actually endured that for, say, over a year.
Wow.
And I had my lessons. And I think they would say, like they say, the rest from there was history.
All right. So talking about history now, we've talked about your failure as an actor.
That sounds great.
I want that to sink in. Now, would you say it has also helped you appreciate your actors? Like when you have your scripts, now you're trying to, as a director, you're trying to ensure that you get it the way you want it. Would you say your experience as an actor has also helped you have a bit more empathy or understanding? Or would you say, oh, they are professionals, they should know better? I
think I forgot at the time because, of course, there wasn't even so much to remember being a failed young actor. But then this particular emotion came back afresh, came back renewed recently because, I mean, in the week of 2024, I dusted my acting books and I decided I was going back on screen.
You did? Okay, go on.
Resurrected the acting career, you know. And so at this point, it was pretty much a lot, not easy, but a bit seamless for me because now I have quite a number of titles to my privilege. So I can actually say, okay, you know what? I don't have to call and beg you for roles. I probably will just feature in my film. You get to see me. You like what you see, you call me. And that was exactly what I started doing. And by the time I started immersing myself into that particular world, then that empathy came back alive. I started understanding perspectives now from the actor's eyes because, you know, as a film director, and of course, one who to a large extent is very, 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 very finicky and try to attain as much perfection as possible, I tend to be sometimes hard on actors. Like, you know, there was a time where I really would not even like an actor's modifying or even freestyling with my lines. I want it like, you know, verbatim. I'm like, you know, you can say this verbatim. That's why it's a script. You know, it's not something you come on set and, you know, reinvent for me. And, you know, something that can be pretty much strict about that. And I've actually been in a situation where an actor... I can
see so many actors watching this with side-eye, like...
An actor needs to take like a monologue. You're talking about, say, an actor needs to take like maybe a full page and you're watching the lines line by line. You don't miss anything. You don't, I mean...
It must have been really hard working with you.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm a very cool guy, very
cool.
easy, jolly cool fellow, and very understanding also. But the point here is I pretty much actually start to begin to feel what they feel, and it's really beyond the lines now. The world they have to bring themselves to live in, and you know, you're probably in a situation where you have to pretty much like abolish the real world and create another world, and all of
embodying the character.
Yes, and everything that you are accustomed to, you start to fade away, and then you begin to actually, you know, build in a new world. It's a process, a process that I already am aware of as a film director, but I now appreciate a lot more as an actor.
So, would you say your career as a resurrected film actor now is here to stay, or is on the path of failure again?
No.
It's
here to stay. Like literally, before I decided to even embark on this path, I've actually thought about it. In fact, I started in 2024, but that was not when I decided. At some point, I've been fiddling with the idea. I've been talking to friends and colleagues
into the mirror,
who most often discouraged me to. My actor friends.
Why?
I don't know.
They were reminded of the past.
No, they didn't even know about the past. Jesus. But sometimes I think that it's usually very difficult for people to let go of what they're used to.
Yeah.
They want to just keep seeing you the exact same way they're seeing you. A lot of the time it comes in the way and form of phobia. Maybe I probably would not appreciate this new direction or this new you. I am scared I'm actually losing what I love and all that. But at the end of the day, it's actually about me. I have the decision to make. I am the one that know exactly where I'm headed, where I want to be at, and why I want to do what I want to do. So it was a decision that was tough. But I knew at the time that once I decide to embark on this, there is no going back. Because apart from the fact that I want to live my dreams and conscience, I also would not want to give room for some fellows to say, oh, but we said it. But we told you.
True.
Yeah, you know, but no, that's never going to happen. So to answer your question, I'm here to stay.
So let's talk about your creative process as a director and a producer. What informs it? How do you go through that process? Is there a ritual? Because I know for some actors and then filmmakers in general, there's a ritualistic process to them being able to do what they do. Is yours just seamless, like you get it as a producer, as a director, you just get into the grind, or there's certain things that must happen? Yeah,
a lot of the time, especially if you are an intentional filmmaker, because like I said to a lot of people, young bees especially, I said to them, like, would you believe if I say to you that I still get nervous before every project? I still feel the shrills, I still feel the chills and everything. I get nervous because I do not know that there is a way to plan it all to perfection before you embark on it. I do not know if there is that way. Maybe if there is, somebody out there is probably going to show me after now. But there is none, because from experience, over a decade of producing and directing films, I've come to realize that something always goes wrong. I mean, something always just goes wrong. And a lot of the time it will be beyond you. But this is where you get saved. All of the time that you've taken to actually plan and also forecast what may go wrong. Because when you do this for so long, you will now have an idea of the things that can possibly go wrong. So you put mitigating factors already in place in case, okay, if this goes south, we can just tap it a bit and it comes back in line. Or if this goes bad, it's okay, we can actually, you know, work around it. But all this has to happen before the actual production process, because you don't get being spontaneous and creative on sets in the wake of, now not in the wake of bringing the vision to life, but in the wake of technical glitch and certain production unforeseen, can be very, 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 very frustrating and can be detrimental also. Just one glitch that you didn't see coming, technical glitch you didn't see coming, and it now turns out that you cannot correct or fix that on set, can mar the entire project.
True.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of process from the pre-production, in fact, from the ideation stage of whatever project you want to do. And for me in particular, I have actually had the background from time immemorial. I am more passionate about social issues. So most of the projects that I conceive from ideation stage are usually geared or targeted towards spotlighting a social menace and creating possible solutions.
Yes,
so
that's what Savvy Media does.
Yeah, so that for me is big deal. So with an idea like that, it's not something you just sit back and you just tell everybody, okay, just put it together. You guys ready? Okay, let's go and shoot. No, you cannot do that. Fully immersed in it.
And then that brings me to this. You are very knowledgeable when it comes to filmmaking. Hearing you speak, there's a lot to learn. And then, of course, there are younger people who are aiming to be like you. I know you still feel like you still have a lot of growth.
I just started. I just started.
But let's talk about what you're doing to impart upon the young ones. Do you have an academy, or do you teach? Or is it a case of, okay, when you have a young one on set, for example, you put the person through? Have you been able to pull that?
Okay. Over time, I am also a tutor. I enjoy teaching. In fact, a lot of the time people would say, this guy is probably going to end up in the classroom, and I do not doubt that. I think so. I think so.
Yes.
I think
you have a way of expressing yourself that also gives knowledge seamless.
Thank you. Thank you. I think I might, most probably end up in the classroom at some point, but I enjoy teaching. So whenever I'm actually in a particular space or in a particular situation or in a particular phase in life, I always give room for other people to come, grow, and blossom. So I have this personal internship program I run over time. So what I do basically is at every point in time, I have an intern working with me as a director. Great. And the whole idea, we started with a 10 project internship. You become intern with me for 10 projects, and after the 10th project, you should be able to direct a film.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've had like a couple. I've had 2 people gone through. I have 2 interns currently. One is even here with me, and the other one is already directing films.
Aha, so it looks like Best Okodua. If you are looking to learn filmmaking, it's the best man for the job. So really? Start applying for internship. But talking about internship, you love food, right?
I think...
You think, Ike?
Anyone that knows me would answer that question for me.
Oh, are you a foodie?
I'm a foodie.
What a nice way to put it. So we have breakfast for you this morning.
Oh.
Yes, so let's head to the kitchen.
Okay. Music to my ears.
This is the first time in my life I want to push the guest away.
Oh, really?
I said, let me sit down because this sauce is looking
so good.
I don't
blame you. I don't blame you. I do the same.
Really?
Chef
so
Chubi,
nice.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
Can you tell us what you've put together?
Okay, so I did like a local sauce. Tomatoes was the base. Then I infused iru and crayfish into it. And this is without seasoning cubes because I used homemade stock from bone broth. I used bone broth from bone marrow, herbs and spices to make that. Wow. And then for the plantain, I boiled it and then I toasted in butter and some herbs like oregano, just to infuse flavors.
So dig in,
Okay.
Wow. You want the explanation?
You know what I'm scared?
Lubaton.
I am scared that if I start, you might not be able to stop me.
Oh, it's all yours.
Okay,
I'll stop you. I'll stop
go
you.
ahead.
I'll stop you.
He said he will
stop you. I'll stop you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Stop. Yeah,
continue.
Are you kidding me right now?
From time to time. Don't worry. Go ahead.
So I'd like to
the
know.
way you are able
Is this live?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's live, oh. It's not. No go stay on.
It's like you're auditioning for one of those seasoning cubes.
Best Okodua has had breakfast.
How do you guys do this? I mean, the talk and then the food. I think I prefer the food. I hope we're not going back there.
We are going back. In fact, the show is just about to start again.
Wow, this is so nice. so nice. And I think I could feel the tingle of the seasoning. It's tingles like just on the tip of the tongue.
Well done, Chef Chubi, and thank you, Best, for being on the show today, and to all our guests for being on the show. Thank you so much. Most importantly, you watching at home. We'll do this again tomorrow, same time. See you.
Chef Chubi, well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Oh my goodness.
Go, Jari.